Hey everyone, GeForce41 here with another PGA Tour course design tutorial. This is what I'm going to start doing is some casual coaching tips. This is a quick casual coaching video, and we are here at a test hole for Erasergib. He is one of our casuals admins and part of the team that brings the casuals golf club to you. He does the unenviable task of putting the schedule out there on the actual website, keeping his eye on the boards, and keeping some order to the chaos. And that is a quite hard job, so make sure you thank him out there for that. And he's trying his hand at designing, and he wants some feedback. So this is just one hole he has out there. And one of the things I wanted to get back to is some casual coaching and playthroughs for people who've asked me to do so. So this is one simple hole. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to talk about the whole strategy, some planting and sculpting, etc. So medium length par 4, it looks like you got a bunker off on the right. It narrows. So you got playing with the narrows concept. And let's take a look at the green. Up there you got one bunker off to the left and a green that's kind of just kind of head-on circular. So I think what just from a conceptual standpoint, and we'll talk about the planting later, but from a quick glance, it looks like the planting there's a lot of autogen going on. No autogen. Any new designers out there, you cannot use any autogen. Get rid of the trees, bushes, grasses. It doesn't look good. You can see why here, and we'll go through that in a second. But let's talk about the strategy, the whole first, okay? Because this stuff's all in the way. Strategically, I'd say, number one, bunkering. Do not try to put bunkers that cut into the fairway. Are there examples of that in real life? Yeah, but that's kind of, I think, an advanced concept and an advanced type of environment that I would not go for if you're a beginning designer. This bunker is pretty big. I would say cut this down, and maybe you could put 2 or 3 bunkers over here. Make sure the bunker, the rough goes around the bunker. I think this bunker is a little too intrusive to the fairway. This will be a pretty good hole if you maybe bring that line in a little bit and put 2 or 3 bunkers here on the hill. Okay, because what you have here, then you have a 3-wood option. So if you take the spline, which, by the way, I do see light rough, good for you. I've noted on videos before, light rough always on these kind of parkland type holes in my book. I might not be in the majority on that opinion, but I think the no light rough should be saved for courses with large fairways, link style courses, beach kind of courses, Bandon Dunesy type things where you have a huge fairway, not your kind of parkland traditional kind of fairways here. You want 1 for the look and feel and 2 for the playability. You don't want to go from perfect lie to buried in the rough because it trickled over there. That's just my opinion, and I state it quite often. Strategically, if you just give a little bit more room here, clear those trees out, guess what? Then you have a clean shot into the green. So strategically, that gives you an option. You can go driver and have the tighter shot over here, or you could lay back with the 3-wood over here. And what I would do is, let's take a look at the green again. My bad. Instead of that it's kind of going across. That green is not really a circle. It's not anything. It's kind of just straight on. I would angle it, and I'll try to do this with a graphic, going from right to left. Kind of angle it at a 45-degree angle, not even 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Okay, that bunker over there on the left is fine where it is, but again, that bunker's cutting into the fairway. Make it smaller. Make sure it's in the rough, not cutting into the fairway. Okay, so now if you have an angle to that green, guess what? If you go over here, you have a choice between distance and the angle into the green. It's a 3-wood. You're going to have a longer shot in. Here, you could go, and I would make this a little bigger over here too, just to give you a little bit more of an option. You're not going to have the angle unless that hole is center right or right side of the green. But you're going to have to deal with that bunker uphill. Right? So I think if you make those changes, make this a little wider here, put the bunkering in here, spline this a little better, and give the player some options over here. Now you got a pretty good strategic hole, because it's kind of a little bit, you might want to go left to right here, and then right to left into the green, shot shaping. That's a little bit Donald Rossi switchbacky. You've got a pretty classic strategic hole if you do that. So not bad conceptually, just as a first draft, pretty good. I think you just have to execute on it. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of the little things. I see grid lines. I don't like the grid lines. I usually get rid of them. It's a little dark here, light, dark. So you have thick. You see how it's thick? Grid lines. I don't like them at all. I just get rid of them. Unless you're doing a real country clubby kind of thing or something special, get rid of them. Get rid of them on the greens. That's my advice to just about anybody. Planting. This looks auto-gen. Look at these bushes. They don't sit well, right? They just when you auto-gen or you just put something in, it kind of goes right at ground level. You got to play with the shot, the size and the shape of the bushes and sync them and do all sorts of things. So I would get rid of all that, do your own planting. And, that's a topic too complicated to talk about here, but there's my making your planting look natural video, right? Tree lines, I think this is autogen. It's not bad, actually. But again, you really need to plant the trees yourself, vary it up, vary the shape and sizes, and get that kind of look and feel you're looking for. Again, that's my tree line video. On each side, you've got this tree off to the right that's just intrusive for no good reason. It just, I know this is just a draft, but these are things to think about to really make this hole pop. So I don't think this would be a bad hole. It's pretty flat off the tee. I don't know what the vision is for the rest of the hole. I'm sorry, the rest of the course. You could elevate that tee box a little, maybe, and make this a little bit more dramatic, because that's just a blah kind of look. Don't forget to sculpt in front of that tee box, because that hill there is a little too high up and intrusive in your vision for no good reason. And then let me hit a shot here. And go up to the green. My latest video series is on green entrances, so I would worry about the sculpting here. I think this green obviously should change shape, like I said, but make sure you smooth that entrance here. There's no big hump, which is pretty good. You're going uphill. I'm not sure you've done any work on it at all. But like I said, I think you're going to come in from this side and go this way, ideally. So you just want to make sure that the green entrance is smooth and sculpted. And again, that's my green entrances videos, which are part one's out now, part two I'm working on, and then go from there. But you can see how like these trees, when you do this auto gen stuff, it's just blah, and you can see the same that bare tree over and over and over again, and that's the yuck. So I'm sure you haven't gotten to that yet, but I would just clear that out and use the trees and the planting to really capture the environment you're going for. And then make sure your green is shaped naturally, right? So again, those are my series of videos on making your greens look natural. Here, this is just kind of sitting on a perch. Again, I think you kind of want it going in this way. So you might want to elevate this side of the green and have it sloped kind of that way. But again, I don't know about the overall shape and slope of this course. Right now it looks pretty flat. So that's something you want to do too. You really want to decide on the terrain and kind of put a plot. A lot of people do their plot first. They might have a hill over here, 200 feet up in the air on the left side of the course, and bring that down to a river or something like that. So it's kind of hard to go hole by hole by hole if you don't have an idea of what the plot is that you're working on. So I'm not sure if you've done that, but I see just kind of flat here. Okay? All right, so not a bad concept. You need some splining work on the fairway too. Make sure you go through this. I hate to say this, spline by spline by spline, make it smooth. Hit that smooth button too. And that really enhances the look and feel of your course. So I haven't done a video on that, but that might be coming up next. Okay, so hope this was helpful. Hope it helps other designers. Think of your hole strategically, give players options off the tee, design your plot beforehand, and obviously the planting work takes a long, long time and get rid of that autogen stuff. All right, that's a wrap for this one. Hope to come at you with more. If you have a course or a hole or two you want me to look at, just shoot me a line, drop me a comment. Happy to do so. That's all for now. Take care, everybody.